Wow, the cow parsley's taken over. And look at this, gorgeous. The clematises are looking incredible this year. This one is just dripping in flowers. Olivia Rose Austin, a David Austin rose, she's just starting to bloom. Oh my goodness, I've had a lot of things going on this last week. I've planted the wall, so I chopped down, and I do it every year, and every year people say that the bulbs need the green to nourish the bulbs, but I give them a really good feed in the week leading up to the chop, excuse me. I picked these plants up from Aldi supermarket, and we've got petunias, Bidens, and I can't think of the name of them. I'll think of it in a minute. And I've gone for hot pink with white in the wall. This is going to flower any minute now and be stunning, this azalea. These azaleas have been flowering for a good few weeks since I showed you the potted arrangement. But going through, as you can see, the pots are starting to fill up, and it's starting to give me that cottage feel here at the front. I need to clean this pot up, and I want to add some wicker baskets to this. But yeah, I'm really pleased with the wall. Excuse this is a sign for our music festival that we run in the New Forest. That's coming up very, very soon. Yeah, we've got hanging baskets to add. I'm really pleased with the wall. Sorry I couldn't bring you along with me with planting the wall, but sometimes I just want to crack on and get on with it. And it was a chilly day yesterday, and I just cracked on and got on with it. Right, check the chickens have got water. It's now time for me to go to work. Gonna check the chickens. Oh, it is proper chilly this morning, but by God, everything has come out. The sun of the last week has just driven. Look at this, look at this, look at this. I thought this was a salmon, not a salmon, I thought this was an awful coral colour. But this year it's pink, and I'm pretty sure last year I wasn't that enamoured with the colour of it. I'm sure it was coral. I'm going to have to look back on my videos, because this year this is definitely pink. This is more me, more what I want from the garden. Soft colours, not gopping colours. Right, we are still decorated for VE Day. We had a fantastic celebration last night. Yeah, right girls, how are you doing? Let's get some food into you. We are nearly there with the peony. Excitement levels are on an all-time high. This is the most flowers I've ever had out of this peony. I do wonder if it's in the right position, but now I feel like it has to stay here. This lupin is looking so healthy. It does need a lot of water, because I have not watered the garden yet, but we've not had rain now. I think it's 18 days, if not longer. But coming through, we've got the allium bulbs are starting to pop up. These poached eggplants are looking incredible. Lots of the dahlias are coming up through this, through the roundabout. Lots of weeds as well, but I'm going to get in there. I'm going to start weeding this afternoon, get rid of some of the sticky willy. I mean, look at this, the joy of that. It's proper chilly this morning. It's around 5:30 in the morning, and I'm just going to check in on the seedlings. I've moved some of them on, and it hasn't gone too well. The lupins I've moved on, and I've lost 2 of them so far. They feel heavy, they feel like they've been watered well, So I don't know what's happened to them. I've moved the beehive now against the rhododendron. It's got some slabs to go on, and then I've got a final flourish with my paintbrush just to finish that, and then I can add the garden tools into it to come into flower. Yesterday we visited a National Garden Scheme open garden for charity, and I fell in love with a almost pastel pink colour, beautiful rhododendron there that I want to add into the garden. The road noise you can hear is some of the vintage vehicles going down to the village hall ready for the VE celebrations, which we are taking part in. You can see the drive, and then all along the front of our fence we've got all our Union Jacks out. The mint that I'm picking daily for cups of tea. We've got some gorgeous chive here, which we had on our salad the other day, with the beautiful and the ever-growing foxgloves that are loving this weather at the moment. To the Tudor rose. There is no such thing as a real Tudor rose, but we've always called this one the Tudor rose because it was here at the cottage when we arrived. I mean, the size of these blooms, and this plant is just always in such good health. Having said that, there is a little bit of green fly on it, so I will hit that back with some washing up liquid. It does shade out this window, which is an original window to the cottage. It has to stay, and it does shade it out a bit, but once these have flowered and bloomed, I will chop it down a little bit and have it going up and around and heading towards the bird box. This is more of a corally pink rose that always seems to get mildew, powdery mildew. Lucky it doesn't seem to spread to this little fella. And then we have the coral of the geraniums. These are last year's geraniums that overwintered in the greenhouse, and that shows you how mild a winter we had, really, that they did really well. I just covered them with a frost protection fleece and let them do their own thing. In the greenhouse you can see our first lime there, and some more smattering of flowers on that. But yeah, everything has been coming up really well, but it's going to stay snugly in the greenhouse for the moment. Looking towards the big trees at the back of our plot, between us and the paddock, it's such a lovely view this time of year through the frothy heads of the cow parsley, and you can just see the sea of the forget-me-nots that are still going and still looking in reasonably good condition until you get up close to them. The pond is behind that sea of blue, and the pond is clearing daily with the new filter and the new UV lamp. We've mown the patio. We found that's the best way of keeping it tidy now. We used to spend hours weeding out the grass, but actually then it looked too sterile. I actually quite like the grass and the daisies when they're small, so my husband went round with the strimmer and just mowed all the grass off, and I think it gives that cottagey feel. This set will have its paint job fairly soon. List of ever increasing things that we need to do. Digging out the stepping stones going up onto the lawn, we'll do that. When the sun's out it's actually quite pleasant, but it is really nippy today. The majestic oaks are next to the cottage. Look at them in full leaf now, casting their dappled shade. Right the way over the garden. I don't know if you can see that in the middle of the picture, that round ball, and that is an oak apple gall wasp. So the female has laid her eggs into the young twig of the tree and then basically built this chamber, and there's a bed chamber full of larvae, the wasps, in in that round ball, and this tree is covered in them this year, absolutely covered in them. And when they come down, they're generally spent, but I'll try and get them when they come down and show you. It's not the middle there you go, that's the middle. I'll show you what they look like inside. Really interesting. There's another one just directly above my head there. This display only dress that I'm after for the cottage. It's been here years, display only. Oh, I love these. Little apothecary jars, £15 each. So we're looking for pillowcases for the shepherd's hut. Oh, that's pretty. Sort of lacy, white, cotton, linen.
This reminds me of Nan. I don't know why, but it reminds me of Nan.
That's very satiny.
Yeah. I'll leave you to have a look because you know what you want.
Okay.
Just pop back.
I just found this beautiful pillowcase. And someone's initialed it. It's absolutely stunning. £4. Oh, I've just found this lawn bowl set. I'm just going to see how much this is. There's a little price here. Lawn bowl set, Skittles, £14. I love that. That can go in the shepherd's hut. I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to be turfing all of the bulbs out. These are the non-existent, awful tulip specimens that came up. It was really not a good year for the tulip bulb. So I'm going to turf these out and then I'm going to get them into the ground. This is tete-a-tete and yellow tete-a-tete and mascuri, the grape hyacinths, and I'll get them into areas around the garden. As I'm looking, the amount of green fly, it is just everywhere. I need the ladybirds. So what I'll do is see if I can order some ladybirds online. See if I can get them, because look at this, just infestated.
And they will be assisted by James Reed and Owen Mills. Now the three veterans consist of the Royal Navy, Ginge Kinley, 24 years service, including service in the Falklands. Army, Ron Leach, whose service included Malaysia Emergency. And another guy here from the Royal Air Force called Roy Farmer, the Coastal Command, Northern Ireland. So when you're ready, please, gentlemen, if you can make your way and help light. Here we go. Now that's all lit and it's going away there.